Yes, yes, this is a fertile land, and we will thrive or rule over this land, and we will call it this land. I think we should call it your grave. Ah! Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal. Ha 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 ha! Mine is an evil laugh. Now die. Oh God! Oh no! Oh dear God in heaven!
Hello everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Long Island Nerdgasm, your virtual guide to all things nerdy and pop culture awesomeness, on Long Island and all around New York. We are brought to you today
in lovely Winterfell, where winter may or may not be coming. We're not sure. They keep saying it, but it's just snow everywhere. So whether you're a Whovian, a browncoat, or an imperialist with a funny bone, you will receive your government-mandated dose of geekiness that you will need in order to protect your virginity. I'm Greg McGruin.
And I'm Kelly Thompson. And here's our newest segment, This Week in Nerd History.
This Week in Nerd History!
September 15th, 1968, Soviet Zond 5 is the first spacecraft to orbit the moon.
And
also
then...
in history.
No, because that's when the Russians started, and that's when the Cold War started. It was a terrible day in history. 1970, on the same date, the Ministry of Silly Walks, brought to you by Monty Python's comedy group, airs on the BBC. And then in 1997, Google is registered as a domain name and soon starts its world empire domination.
September 19th, 1928, Adam West, TV's Batman, is born.
Adam Wee! September 20th, 2002, Firefly premieres. 1 year later, it gets canceled and everybody hates Fox.
September 21st, 1866, H.G. Wells is born. The man who brought us
Well, the world, the time machine. He was easily one of the most important literary figures of the 20th century, and he's the man. You know, he's just great.
It's brilliant. Anyway, so now on to our newest segment, Greg sings Nathan Fillion's tweets.
We love you, Nathan Fillion. This goes out to you and your delicious, delicious tweeting. Never read your own reviews. Sage advice. Well, off to find some reviews. $1 million idea number 48. Ketchup and mustard combo condiment. Calling it catch turd. Add mayo. Catch turd, yo. Boom. Canadian ketchup is sweeter than American ketchup. It also apologizes more. It also never carries a gun. Number 72. Estimated number of times LL Cool J would say use the word motherfucker while protecting his family and property. Thank you, LL. Cemetery, check. Gravestones, check. Peacock, check. Dear all super hot super babes, sup. When you see someone with one of those electric cigarettes, say excuse me, you can't pretend to smoke in here. Your bowling skills are unmatched, by me at least. Your shoes, however, matched mine exactly. Dear Joe McHale, winter is coming. And to everyone watching Firefly right now, you are just a little bit better than everyone else. And now it's time for current events. Current events! We don't practice this. We just go right and do it.
Can you tell?
Can you dig it?
New York Renaissance Fair and Tuxedo is open on the weekends until the 23rd of September.
That's really cool, because there aren't a lot of Renaissance fairs. And they don't even belong here, you would think, because there's like an English-Scottish thing.
They're still fun.
It's awesome that us fat hamburger Americans get to appreciate the poorer times of England's history. It's just great.
Well, it features over 125 performers on 20 stages and over 100 craft people set on 65 acres. I was there a few weeks ago. Recommend a glass of mead if you're over 21. And make sure to tell them you're a mead virgin.
I'm not a mead virgin.
Fun surprises, let me tell you. And watch the chess match. Just make sure to root for the right side. Otherwise, it can get pretty embarrassing.
Is it Wizard's chess?
No.
Okay, good, because I have nightmares about Wizard's chess. Thank you, Tom Felton. Even though he had nothing to do with that scene. He wasn't in that scene.
They also have archery and axe throwing, which I do not recommend grabbing a glass of mead before that.
Well, if you have nothing to do next weekend, we should go dressed up. I'll go as Princess Merida, and you can go as Hawkeye.
Oh.
And we'll be like the best archers there.
I would definitely dress up as Hawkeye.
Now it's time for our newest segment, and my favorite, the KKK segment. That's right, the Comic-Con Countdown Clock. New York Comic Con is fast approaching, and we'll be here October 11th through the 14th. And there are going to be some amazing guests this year, like TV's Adam West, Robert Kirkman from the Walking Dead book and TV series, Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future, Angels in the Outfield, some other really cool stuff, Tom Felton from just sexy. He's a sexy man. Sean Astley from Lord of the Rings, Jim Lee, comic book guy, Elmo's gonna be there, and just too many others. But remember, tickets are almost sold out. So if you're gonna try to go, buy your tickets now. They're out of 3 and 4 days, so check it out.
Yeah, I bought my tickets yesterday, so guys, come, meet us.
It'll be fun. Now it's time for our newest segment, Long Islander of the Week.
This week we are honoring the comic book artist Mike Esposito, whose work spanned from the 1950s to the 2000s. Born in New York City in 1927 and died in Suffolk County, Long Island in 2010, so rather recently. Hearts go out to you. This Long Islander is best known for working on The Amazing Spider-Man and Wonder Woman.
That's something to really be proud of, because, most people are just on one comic.
Yeah, and that's not all that he worked on.
Is that all?
No, he worked on much more.
Go on.
Esposito and Ross Andrew, another comic book artist, became longtime collaborators and together had a drawing of Wonder Woman on 2006 post stamp, US post stamp.
Really?
Yeah. So, you might have seen him back in the day. In 2007, he was inducted into the Will Eisner Comic Book Hall of Fame. A true champion of nerds and great representative of Long Island. We salute you, Mike Esposito.
He's a great man.
Yes.
It's always a shame when you see these great comic book artists pass away recently, because you're like, I wish I met him. It's just one of those greats. So if you like the show, be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or molest us on YouTube, where you can get behind-the-scenes clips and gag reels and all that other stuff. And if you have any comments, suggestions, concerns, questions, or racial slurs you want to send our way, you can always message us online. And we will get to you as soon as we have interns. Applications are open now.
Tune in for our next show on October 7th, which will feature reviews on the Harry Potter studio tour in London, which I will get you first-hand insight, previews for New York City Comic Con, and a rousing game of Guess What's in Greg's Coffee Cup.
It may or may not be goat semen.
Until next time, I'm Kelly.
And I'm Greg from Glorious Winterfell. We say goodnight, and here's to you climactically achieving nerdgasm. I think we're done.